The ocean covers 70% of this planet. 70% of the world's surface is water, restless, deep, abundant, and yet right now it's off limits to most of humanity. We've allowed ourselves to be crowded into cramped cities, cornered by artificial scarcity, penned in by landlords and mortgages. We have accepted this as normal. But it is not. It never was. What we call normal is actually just the latest disguise of an old injustice. The theft of space, of autonomy, of sovereignty itself. There's a reason the Enlightenment began as a rebellion against feudalism. Because true freedom demands space. Liberty isn't abstract, it's material. And the material world has been gated, locked down, parceled out to the highest bidder. It doesn't have to be. The earth beneath our feet is finite. Land can be bought, sold, monopolized. But what about the sea? That blue expanse that covers more than 2/3 of the globe isn't a luxury or a privilege. It's humanity's birthright. It's our unclaimed inheritance, stretching endlessly toward every horizon. So let's talk numbers. Let's start with the scale of possibility. Imagine a world where every single human, every child born, every person alive right now was guaranteed a home on the ocean. Not a mansion, not a luxury yacht, but a seastead, a fully autonomous, self-sufficient floating platform about 50 feet in diameter, nearly 2,000 square feet. Powered by renewable energy, harvesting rainwater, growing its own food. Modest, practical, permanent. Built to weather storms and generations alike. How many of these floating platforms could Earth's oceans comfortably support without crowding, without ecological collapse, without harm? If you space these homes comfortably, say every 100 feet, giving each person privacy, independence, and breathing room, you could fit billions, tens of billions, on just a fraction of the ocean's vastness. In fact, less than 1% of Earth's ocean surface would accommodate every person alive today with space to spare. We are not crowded because we have run out of room. We are crowded because room itself has been made scarce, commodified, hoarded. The ocean can hold us. The ocean can free us. But let's set aside the numbers and ask a deeper question. What would a civilization built on water look like, philosophically and practically? First, it's a civilization defined not by dependency, but autonomy. Each seastead is sovereign, its residents no longer tenants of someone else's land, no longer subject of someone else's rules. Every seastead is a microcosm of the Enlightenment ideal. Self-sufficient, governed only by consent, unbound from the old systems of extraction and coercion. There are no landlords at sea. No mortgages, no evictions, no dependency on distant infrastructure or fragile supply chains. Every home floats alone, yet connects freely with others. Voluntary communities emerge where people cooperate because they choose to, not because they have to. This vision isn't some distant utopia. It's entirely plausible. The raw materials for construction no longer have to come from destructive mines or rainforests. Asteroid mining alone can provide more metal and composites than humanity could ever need. Energy comes freely from the sun and wind. Water falls from the sky. Food grows in aeroponic vertical farms within the seasteads themselves. Once built, a seastead costs little or nothing to maintain, freeing people from the constant grind for rent or utilities. This is the liberation of basic survival. It's the end of artificial scarcity. What about storms, you ask? Climate extremes, rogue waves. Modern naval engineering solved these problems decades ago. Deep ballasted hulls, dynamic stabilization, wave deflecting designs. These are not fantasies, but proven technologies. A Seastead built to these specifications is safer, more stable, and more resilient than most homes on land today. We can engineer safety and permanence at sea as easily as we engineered skyscrapers on land. But this is not just an engineering problem. It's fundamentally about reclaiming sovereignty from the ground up, or rather, from the sea up. Right now, we live in an age of managed decline. Our freedom is rationed. Our dreams are mortgaged. Our sovereignty leased back to us at interest. We fight over scraps of land and slices of apartments, while the ocean, vast and free, lies waiting unclaimed. We have accepted crowded apartments and unaffordable rents as facts of life. They are not. They are choices made by people who benefit from scarcity. But scarcity is a lie. We have room. We have resources. What we need is imagination and the will to build differently. The Enlightenment was never meant to remain trapped in old cities and old patterns. It was a project of continual renewal, a rejection of all tyranny in all forms. The sea offers us that renewal, a blank page, unmarked by the failures of feudalism, capitalism, or authoritarianism. The ocean is the ultimate commons, and seasteading is our chance to rewrite civilization's rules, not by decree, but by material liberation. Picture yourself on one of these seasteads. It's sunrise. You're sitting in your own home, debt-free, self-sustaining. Solar panels gather energy, rain fills your cisterns, the greenhouse grows your food. The horizon is endless, and the only authority you answer to is yourself and the communities you've chosen. You've broken free, not by violence, but by engineering abundance. You've become the captain of your own life, sovereign on your own terms. Now, multiply that image by billions. Imagine humanity spread across the ocean, not crowded, not isolated, but interconnected freely by choice. Imagine a civilization where poverty isn't just alleviated, but abolished entirely, where no one fears eviction or debt or homelessness ever again, where everyone's material survival is guaranteed, not by charity, but by design. That's Enlightenment socialism made real. That's the philosophy made tangible. The ocean is not an escape. It's not a place for billionaires to hide. It's humanity's next frontier of liberty, abundance, and autonomy. The sea is the solution waiting at our feet, ready to carry us toward a world where scarcity is abolished, dependency dismantled, and sovereignty made universal. We've sailed before, and we'll sail again. This time, not as conquerors or colonizers, but as builders of a better world. We have 70% of this planet to claim, not for profit, not for power, but for freedom itself. This is the promise, a seastead for every human. It's not a dream, it's our birthright. It's time to cast off the moorings and build.